Hello, everybody. Welcome to At the Table with. This week, I'm really excited to be joined by someone from South America, specifically Brazil. I will be speaking with Juan de la Planta, and I'm really excited to have him on. I'm just gonna see if he's joined in. Oh, there he is. Welcome. I'm gonna bring you in. Oh, 1 second. Hi. Let's see. Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, it's perfect. Welcome to At the
Yes.
Table with. So, what time is it for you? Because you're in Brazil, right?
y- Yes, I am in Brazil, in São Paulo. In São Paulo here, we have the same time of Brasilia, our capital. So now it's 11 a.m. here.
Okay. So just almost lunchtime.
Yes, time to eat.
And what are you gonna have for lunch? Just so everybody can be jealous, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to make some vegetables with chicken and also some salad. So this is
Mm.
very freshy.
Sounds delicious. So
Yeah.
just I always like to start at the table with a question about what is your favorite kitchen utensil or your favorite tool to use when you're cooking. So please tell everybody what yours is, and then I'll give you mine after.
Yes, great. Well, I think maybe to be the ice cream spoon
Yes.
because I love to make cupcakes and I use it to put the mixture into
Ah, like
each one of
scoop.
the form. Yeah, so it gives me the proper size of the amount
Hmm.
and it avoids to put out of the the form.
I
So
feel
I
you.
really it's very useful. Yeah, but I like also cooking, not only candies or something like that, but also regular food.
Hmm. And is
Because
there
my family is from Bahia, from Brazil. I don't know if you know Bahia is a place famous for the carnival, but we have
mm,
several Africans there
mhm.
from the colonization. So the food from Africa is very strong. So my mother and my grandma came from this type of cuisine.
Wow. So I'm sure you have really nice spices, and all the food is really good.
Yes, good. Here in
I have
Brazil,
to
we have
come visit.
a huge diversity of foods, fruits and vegetables, and yeah, it's a very good food. From the south to the north, we have a very different uh,
Different
influences. Yeah,
cuisine. Yeah. That's really
yeah.
cool. So I was gonna ask you, what kind of cupcakes do you like to make? Like, which flavor? Do you have a specific flavor?
Yes, I like which one that I really like a lot is one for the spices and honey.
Mhm.
Usually we did it from for Christmas time, but I really like it, and I use like a cream cheese in the for the topping, not
Ah,
the butter that is
yeah.
usual, yeah.
It
And
sounds
so
so good.
yeah, I
Awesome.
really like it,
So
and
so
also
for
to decorating them because I love to handcraft things, so I
Oh
love
wow.
also to decorate them. I can share
And
later. I can share you some pictures.
yeah, you have to show me. But also, is your necklace? Did you make your necklace?
No, this is from it came from an indigenous community from Amazonia. In fact, it are seeds. So after you eat the fruits, you can have the seeds. So this is so sustainable
Oh, I
because
love
you
it.
after you eat, you can do some handcrafts and use some seeds from
It's
Amazonia, for
beautiful.
example.
No food
Yes.
waste.
Yeah, no food waste at all.
Exactly. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, for me, I was just gonna say my favorite was a pot for like soup or stew because where I'm living, it's getting colder. So all the like soup and stew is like perfect for this time of the year. Oh, but it's been
Great. So you are in France now?
yeah, so actually, I'm in London right now, but normally I'm living in
Oh,
France. Either way, the weather's getting colder. But I'm from
yeah,
Canada,
it's
so this
true.
is this is not super cold for me. Canada's a lot colder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, for my brother lives in Vancouver, not too cold as Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto is where I'm from. It's very cold.
Oh, so this is not good. This is summer for you.
Yeah, I'm here in my dress. Like it's not so bad, but yeah, it's becoming the fall.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well,
great.
we have lots of people joining in now, so I'm really excited to get into this conversation with you. But before we start, I want you to just introduce yourself to everybody, let them know a little bit who you are, where you're from, and then we could get into the conversation.
Yes, great. So thank you. Thanks to everybody for joining. Yeah, I think you can have a great time here in this table. And well, I'm living here in São Paulo. Usually my background comes from the marketing and sales industry for medical devices and diagnostics. Used to work in Johnson and Johnson and other companies, focused on wound care, advanced wound care dressings for more than 15 years. And then I worked for another companies in that field. And after I went to the Accor group, the hotels chain from the luxury marketing, in marketing and events. And then 2 years later, I joined Smile Train, which is the global leader of organization of cleft lip and palate. So then I started to know more from the indigenous communities, started to work to reach those leaders because we had a project there within the Ministry of Health here in Brazil. And also, as it was the year of nutrition, I also started to study about the food systems. So I joined the national dialogues here. We did with the Foreign Affairs, Itamaraty. So I joined there, and then also I've been attending the pre-summit in Rome for the United Nations Food System, and also in New York, and then World Food Forum. Yeah, when also we connected. We had a side event. So this is something that I really like because I think, in fact, it's everything is connected. Yeah, the indigenous people, they need to protect our nature. They are key for that. Also here in Brazil, as we are the one of the largest food producer, we need to have the good weather, the good climate. Yeah, because we need the proper rain to have food. And this is why we need also to protect the smallest, the small agriculture producers. And so this is, I think, we also need to strengthen mainly vulnerable communities that are also producers. And well, I think we can talk more in
Yeah.
this
No,
conversation.
thank you so much for the introduction. And I've been seeing, yeah,
Thank
I've
you.
been seeing you on our social medias, on the World Food Forum. Incredible job on everything, and thank you for, talking and being a part of these conversations because it's really important. But
Thank
you
you.
talked to, or when we were talking before, you were telling me a little bit about food insecurity. So I wanted you to talk a little bit more about that in the context of Brazil or in your own country. Like, what do you see as some of the issues within food insecurity?
Yes. Yes. In fact, it's like a paradigm because we are in the third producer now. Brazil is the third producer behind China and US, and also the second exporter of food in Brazil. There is some studies that pointing that maybe in 2015 Brazil is going to be the first one adding more than 70% of the demand of food, global demand of food. And we are living several problem related to food insecurity because as for you to have an idea, in Brazil we have around two 200 million 30 thousand
Yeah.
the population,
Yeah.
and now we are living with two sizes of Argentina with food insecurity, which is around 100 million, 20, 17,000
Yeah.
people in food insecurity. And hunger, we have around, I live in Sao Paulo, but in Sao Paulo we have a greater Sao Paulo, which has some small cities.
Mhm.
They have about 20 million people there, and this is the number of the people hunger in Brazil. It's around Well, the last data I had is from a survey that was realized here in Brazil for Sicovec,
Mhm.
and it was like um, 19 million people in hunger here in Brazil, which is a lot of
Too
which is a
much.
lot because also we know that we have a lot of waste within the chain, yeah, the
Yeah.
producer, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
also a lot of waste. So we have we need to to strengthen all this food systems, yeah, because
Yeah.
we have an important role in global producer of food, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that you're producing all of this food, and yet in your own country, you still have people that are not able to eat or are food
Yeah,
insecure. It's really, really sad and
yeah,
just unacceptable, really. Um,
yeah, it's true.
and you talked
Very
about,
sad, but we are here
yeah,
raising
I'm,
awareness for that. Yeah, you making a great job doing that. So
thank you so much, and you as well. I mean, this was leading into my next question to ask you to talk about sustainable agriculture and talking about these vulnerable communities. So you've already been doing a lot of work and raising awareness about it, which is incredible. So could you tell everybody a little bit more about, sustainable agriculture and working with vulnerable communities?
yes, well, in this period that I've been closer to some small producers and also attending all these dialogues for this global conferences. Yeah, what I've been seeing is that most of these vulnerable communities they need to have professional education, like they need to know the better techniques also, and for example in terms of waste, in terms of how to use even for organic production, yeah, to
Hmm.
use how to create set the price, and how to make the logistic, how to make the relationship with the ones that will buy those food. And sometimes they are far away from the centers, yeah,
Hmm.
and also it can take 7 days to the food arrive there. So it's almost the time that you need to eat, it expired, yeah,
Yeah.
when it arrives to the people in the market, it lost, yeah, the very fresh properties of that
Hmm.
food. So there's a lot of challenges, yeah, to improving this chain. But basically when you're talking, for example, about indigenous people or riverside people that they have their own production, but they are, most of them unfortunately are out of the food systems. The problem they have, and the difficulties and barriers they have to put that food in with a competitive price also, yeah,
Hmm.
in the system, in small markets, at least near their cities, yeah, or even
Yeah.
the capital.
Wow. It's really complicated situation because they can't have the food brought in, but they can't sell the food either because they're not able to put it on
Yeah,
the market. So
yeah,
have you been you were telling me a little bit, and I've seen within your dialogues and conversations that you've been working with different programs or been around
yeah.
this. What are some things that are going on in this area to kind of improve this issue? Could you tell everybody a little bit about some of these programs or maybe some stuff that you've been working on?
Yes, yes, I think I can illustrate it with a very, very good initiative here that I was attending an event in the here in Brazil. Just for you to know, we are like a continental country, yeah, and most of the agriculture producer is in the Midwest. There are
Okay.
3 states there: Mato Grosso do Sul, Goiás, and I was there in Mato Grosso. Mato Grosso is one of the I think is the largest producer of soy here in Brazil, which soy is one of the Brazil is the top exporter in soy, also in sugar,
Mhm.
and many other food like beef, chicken, coffee. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are the second on corn, export corn also Brazil, and there are a foundation which calls Fumbio. It's an organization that fundraises for some initiatives related to the agro systems, and also vulnerable people like indigenous communities, and also protecting for the fires, because I don't know if everybody knows, but there we have a very rich bioma which is Pantanal. You have it's very dry around it because we have a very dry conditions, and usually at that period, now here is springtime, when the fires came a lot to happen. Yeah. Now, yes, last year it was a very huge, massive fires, and after that, the government and foundations like FAMBIL invested to train people to start fighting against those fires and also make the prevention. And also, indigenous people have been helping them, and the firefighters are also a lot. And they have some now in this meeting that I was attending. They were starting to build strategies to manage a new donation of about $2 million that to be used to give to that communities, all the communities that are like only in Mato Grosso there are 46 indigenous people in different communities, different language, different cultures there, and all the leaderships were there. So they are discussing together how to use that money and the things they need for fires prevention, for also strategies for food insecurity, how to compete there, and also to how to improve the agriculture chain. And so this is a very successful program that have been supporting them, and they are talking. It is not something that they impose how to use that money. No, the indigenous people are saying how they want to use it, because you can give, for example, a machine, a huge machine to them, but how to use it, they don't need it. They need how to do it the best way. They need to have to have training for people that are experts in agriculture, agroecologists. So this is a very, very good the opportunity to like a benchmarking to how to empower those this type of vulnerable communities.
It sounds incredible, and it's really
programa,
sorry, go ahead.
They have some social media, FAMBIL, and also programa REAMT de Mato Grosso.
Maybe can you type it in the chat? Yeah, type it in the chat now, and it will be everyone can go follow.
I will type here. Let me put it here.
Because it's really important what you're saying about how they're not just imposing stuff and really including the people that it's their land, it's what they know. And I think it's really important that when it's good that they have solutions and they have support, but they need to people need to include and value the knowledge of indigenous people. They know their land. They have a lot of really valuable knowledge. And this is actually one of the actions for change that Act4Food, Act4Change has in our list of voting. So we're asking young people to think about these things, and it's actually been voted for a lot because people really, they value local and indigenous food knowledge, and it's key. Like, we can innovate all we want, but if we don't have the true core ideas of knowing what will work in a certain area, nothing will happen. And I think it's crazy how we've seen these fires and all the issues with also climate and food insecurity and also the market prices and everything. There's so many complications within our food systems, and all of these things are going to be perpetuated or worse for these vulnerable communities. So it's really incredible, and everybody should go follow this program and try to support in any way that they can. It's really great.
Yes, great. Great news.
So you were talking about working with you started talking about the topic that I wanted to ask next, but about meaningful engagement. So how have you been able to do it meaningfully, and what do you think are some important things that we need to consider when we're working with indigenous communities or vulnerable communities? How can we do it meaningfully, and what makes it successful?
Yes, I think most of people think that they are isolated, like in the forest, that they don't have WhatsApp or can join a live. And so during the pandemic, we have a lot of engagement, not only for that cause, but for other causes here in Brazil, for the communities like the indigenous people. And also we have some leaders that they are also real influencers, yeah, in different aspects for artistic side or politics side or also agriculture, like
Hmm.
several ones that
Like
we have
you.
here. And so yeah, and we, I think that this is a very good way to reach people global, yeah, because now, for example, we are
Mhm.
having a chat that everybody that can understand at least English can join, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, later we can, I will post it in YouTube so you can have also the language, yeah, so you can exchange for whatever language. So
Oh,
I think
amazing.
the reach will be even more higher.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hello, people from Rio de Janeiro here joining.
Hello.
Great. Hello,
Welcome.
someone here from Brazil. Also, Ansiedade Brasil here. Well, great. Welcome, welcome. Later we're going. Depois a gente vai colocar as legendas no YouTube e todo mundo vai poder entender. So I'm speaking that everyone can join later in YouTube,
Yeah,
so you can
incredible.
switch the language so everybody can understand Spanish, Chinese, or whatever,
This is
and we
awesome.
can reach, raise our voice globally. Yeah.
Thank you so much for helping with that.
Yes, and yes, I think that these channels, these lives, these now that here, at least in Brazil, most of the population is vaccinated. Yeah,
Mhm.
indigenous people were the first group of people that because of their low immunity, yeah, so
Mhm.
they were the first ones to be vaccinated, like for other people with comorbidities, for example.
Yeah,
But now, for example, here in São Paulo, half of the population is already vaccinated with
that's
two
awesome.
shots. So people is starting to join, to make events like the event that I attended last week in
Yeah.
Mato Grosso was the first one after I don't know if I think 18 months
Yeah.
without no events, only Zoom meetings, and also it's different when you can go there, you
Oh, yeah.
can talk to each
Be face
other,
to
we can
face.
talk. Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
And you've
and
been
so I
able
think
to actually go to these communities as well, because you were telling me like last week that you were actually going to the communities and speaking with people. And since COVID, it's been
yes,
hard to do
true.
that, but it's really great that we're able to go
Yeah.
back to it now. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah. Last weekend, this weekend, we're going to have another activity in that community here in São Paulo. We have 7 communities. They are joining together,
Hmm.
and also we are also supporting in another fields. But when we go there and talk to people, talk to their children, because I believe that this new generation, this youth, these children are our future, and they are responsible for a better future.
Yeah.
And I think also here, what we are talking, we need to engage more
So
like
important.
this youth to for a better world, because I
Hmm.
don't know if I will be living in this world when they are acting, because I'm not too young.
You have a
I
young
need young,
heart.
but I'm not too young. But we, yes, but I hope I would like to be to see that our youth, yeah, the global youth and all the movements with those people can help our world to heal our world, yeah,
Yeah.
because we are talking about also climate change. We're going to have the COP here now in the next
Next
month,
month,
yeah,
yeah.
happening.
Are you going to be involved in
Yes.
COP at all? I
Yes, I've been involved in also, yeah, I have a group of friends and also people from the Programa REIN.
hmm
They'll be there in
Cool.
Glasgow, and also one
Ah,
indigenous people will be representing. So I'm also be making some lives with
it's
them
awesome.
to making like warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I can see them. I
So
I will be there as well, actually. I'm going with some of our youth leaders.
great.
Yeah, we actually have one of our
Hmm.
youth leaders who's all in Nicaragua. He's actually coming if everything goes well. Hopefully we'll be able to meet in person because we'll be been doing
Yes,
everything
hey.
online. So yeah,
Yeah, I
COP
can
is really
connect to you
important.
with them.
Yeah, I would love
Sure, to
to.
be good.
And also, I wanted like it's really important that you've already been engaging with everyone in Brazil. But again, like you talked about, youth are our future, and like this is what we're trying to do with Act for Food, Act for Change. We're trying to bring young people together to go and work towards food systems change and to like really focus on these issues that are important to us. And I mean, you've already highlighted a lot of the issues that are going on in Brazil. So I just would like keep encouraging like thank you for helping me do this and to pass this message along to the youth of Brazil as well. And like you said, all of the the global people that we'll be able to reach with this conversation. It's really great. And my last question for you is really just like, do you have a message for young people? What do you want to tell them about getting involved, and what do you think that they can do to, you know, keep going on these issues?
Yes, yes, great. Thank you so much. Yes, my last words and my speech for that younger people. Yeah, that are our future. That they are really important. Yeah, because they are in the beginning of their lives, their professional lives, their careers. Yeah, and we are living in a world, in a very challenging world. Yeah, when the nature is suffering a lot, and you can see every day all the climate changes, it affects everyone. Yeah, so indigenous people are not close to us, they are in the forest. But if we are here in the city downtown, we are not supporting them, maybe in the future we don't have food, we don't have rains, we don't have food, we don't have it, so it affects everyone. So uh, the youth are responsible to give to the strength, that vibe, they have more strength to raise awareness for these causes. Yeah, so this is my message. So
Awesome.
make whatever you can, or join these movements now. Most of them are like online, so you don't need to leave your home at least, or spend your time doing some activities. There is a lot of movements like Act4Food here in Brazil. We also have some another ones, and some chains of volunteers. And of course we can give some, invest our time in something for that, to be the nature and the humankind. Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, and I also, we're hoping with Act4Food, Act for Change, to also take it offline. So I'm gonna definitely keep in contact with you, and hopefully we can
Great.
connect and maybe do some work in Brazil on the ground as well.
Yeah,
I
to be
hope we can.
fantastic.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
thank you,
yes.
just really thank you so much for this chat and for being able to like be a part of this platform to speak. And you said you're not young, but if you're not young, you're an ally, and you've been supporting young people. So thank you for that as well.
Yeah, just a young soul.
I think you're young. It's okay. But yeah, and well, I guess have a great lunch then, and have a great rest of your day.
Yes, thank you so much, and for you too. Congratulations for all your work, and all the
Thank you so
team
much.
from Act4Food, and we'll be together for sure. Yeah, here
Yeah,
online, and maybe fingers crossed that we
maybe in
want
Brazil.
in real place. Yeah. Thank you so
Awesome.
much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you,
Bye bye,
everybody, and
everyone.
bye bye. Have a great day.
Thank you.